All right. Hi, welcome back to Everything Firearms. This is Will here with Everything Firearms, and we have Daryl back here with us again. And on our podcast, we were talking a little bit about something that had happened, and it was a story for another day. Well, out here in 10-degree weather, this is the time for that story. I'm going to make this a little short because it's cold out here, but 7 days ago, we were up here shooting a 338 Win Mag Remington 700 that I had acquired. Unfortunately, this rifle had changed hands multiple times. The process about which that happened isn't important, but what we have here is Remington core locks. I think they're 225 grain. The rifle was fired for the very first time under my ownership. As you see here, we're going to get photos closer of this. You can probably see it on camera a little bit. The neck and the shoulder are blown off of that. No, the neck and the shoulder are not blown off of that. We originally had thought that, so when I got it home, ran a cleaning rod down through it to try to push out the piece of brass. Did not come out. That was a little odd. So, if you look a little closer, once again, we'll get a photo closer. This brass, this Remington brass, expanded the entire length of the 338 Winchester Magnum. Expanded outward to the diameter of it. I calibrated this, and if I remember correctly, it was like a 425 or something hole diameter. So, it's above a 40 caliber bullet. So, on the barrel, where it says 338 Winchester Magnum, that was not crossed out. 6 inches back on the barrel said 338-8mm Remington Magnum. Well, I'm not entirely sure what that is. I don't know what we have here. I know the parent case of that is a 375 H&H. I'm assuming that's what they used here because if you look in the reloading book, this starts to taper into the shoulder of that. I could be wrong. Who knows? All I know is the gunsmith who did this did not do a very good job. If he didn't have the brains or the common sense to cross out that 338 Win Mag, who knows what he did on the inside. The head spacing's off. There's a lot of other things wrong with it. We have Daryl here because he's the man who ended up firing that rifle that time. So, if you want to tell your side of it, what you think.
Yeah, so I fired that rifle. We were up here at the range, and there was a ton of ice hanging off of the overhang here. And that 338 Win Mag, I sat down and was like, well, that would have an excellent muzzle blast to clear the ice off of this canopy. So I ripped the shell off to knock the ice down. Did a fantastic job of that. Racked the bolt. It ejected fine. Picked up the brass because we reload. Obviously, we're going to save it. And I noticed that the neck was missing, except it wound up not being missing. So from the research that I have done, I've not played with one myself now, but I'm going to be taking this barrel from Will and doing some experimenting. The 8mm Remington Magnum, that is a factory cartridge. That is based on the 375 H&H mag. So it's a 2.8 and change inch long casing, whereas the 300 Win Mag and its derivatives are a 2.5 inch long casing. It'll fit in a standard length action versus a Magnum length action. The 338 Win Mag, of course, is in that same realm there in the 2.5 range. So what has happened here is we have a 338 caliber wildcat based on the 8mm Rem Mag. Never played with this wildcat before. So basically just a hot-rodded 338 Win Mag. Because of the way a Magnum cartridge headspace is off of the rim, off of this belt here, it was able to chamber and subsequently fire because the belt and everything, even though the head spacing was off, I checked it with headspace gauges. It was close enough that it head spaced enough that the firing pin was able to strike the primer and set the cartridge off. So everything went fine, thank God. bullet went down the barrel. Everything was okay. It just blew the 338 Win Mag out as far as it could to try and match the 338 8mm Win Mag. So, pretty cool little setup. I'm going to buy a Remington 700 Action, see if we can't get that barrel properly head stitched. Actually play with this wildcat. Will's not nearly as crazy as me, so he's got something a little different in the works.
Yep, I got something a little different. That 700 is going to become a 300 drum. So that'll be a fun project. This right here, I want nothing to do with this barrel. I'm, like he said, I'm a little more standardized. So I don't want to trust it. I don't have no experience really wildcatting. So it could be a fun project for you. For me, I'd rather just have a 300 drum, a little bit more than what I wanted when I had a 338 Win Mag or a 338 8mm Remington Magnum H&H Magnum 375 Super Magnum straight wall. But right here, as you were saying, we might be the only people who have this here. I haven't seen anything about the 338 8mm Remington Magnum on TV, on the internet. So, Sammy, like you said, may want this. This could be, if we would have known this was going to happen, we could have chronographed this. We could have broke the, what did P.O. Ackley make? The Eagle split and Loudon boomer.
Yeah, the 50 BMG neck down to 22.
We might be in the same range because who knows what we have. But the important thing here is when you acquire a rifle, check the barrel. If you're going to have it done any work done by a gunsmith, go to a guy who's going to cross out whatever it was changed to, do it properly, because once again, the important thing is everyone is safe. What happened here, and I'll be honest with you, after this happened, I was saying some not so nice things about Remington brass because the rest of the core lock brass, it's dented. I'll have pictures of that. But maybe the brass isn't as bad as I thought it was because it expanded perfectly. It looks like it was no problems, expanded to whatever it is. We'll do some load development. I guess we'll probably do that. Not in any reloading book, not in any shooting forum. I've already checked. So this could be a fun rifle, whatever it turns out to be. It could be the next great thing. I'll tell you one thing: it's going to be better than a 6.5 Creedmoor. Well, that's just a little more fun. But once again, this is Everything Firearms. Make sure you check your barrel. Make sure you have a fun time on the range. And we'll see you on the next one.